motivation, there is like hundreds of studies on motivation. And one of the biggest meta-analysis of all those research, it shows us that what doesn't work is extrinsic motivation, like the carrot and stick. Why this motivation doesn't work? Well, if you do something and you don't want to do that, if you do it just because someone is like trying to push you, if there is a stick on you, you are unhappy. And in that moment, you are not just unhappy, you have lower rate of serotonin and dopamine. Those are substances in the brain, and they not just influence our happiness, and they also influence our creativity, some memory and communication skills and so on. So under pressure, our brain works very badly. It doesn't work very well. So this kind of motivation, it worked on some manual tasks. Yeah? More you push, faster you are. So that's why it worked in a history. If you are somewhere in ancient Greece and you were rowing on a ship and someone was hitting you, you were rowing faster and faster. But now we see a lot of evidence that if the task needs a brain, if the task needs creativity, extrinsic motivation doesn't work. It can decrease your productivity. So what works is intrinsic motivation. But there are two kinds of that. Yeah, so first, intrinsic motivation is intrinsic motivation by goals. Many personal development books, they are focusing on goals and on setting goals in private life. But it can backfire. I can show you how. If you set a goal, you think, okay, I will be satisfied if I reach the goal. I will be happy if I buy that car. I will be happy if I reach some position on corporate ladder. I will be happy if I build a house, and so on and so on. If you are focusing on a goal, it can motivate you. So it's intrinsic motivation, it works, but on the way towards the goal, you are not that much happy because you still missing something. You miss the goal. So if you want to be happy because you want to buy a new car and you don't have it, you are not happy because you don't have it. So, and if you reach the goal, if you buy the car, if you finish your master, if you finish your high school, if you build a house, well, the happiness goes up, of course. But the problem is what is called hedonic adaptation. Hedonic adaptation is the phenomenon that really influences our happiness. After few hours, maybe a few days, the baseline of happiness, it goes back again. Yeah. So trying to guess how long is approximately happiness if you finish your university. Few hours, maybe a few days again. And if you reach the biggest goals, like win Olympic medal, gold Olympic medal, or win the Nobel Prize, the happiness is approximately 1 week. Yeah. So that's the problem. They call it hedonic adaptation, and that's why the goals are not the key to long-term happiness. Because what people, if they are focused on goals, what they do, they set another and even bigger goal. And they are chasing the goal again, and if they reach the goal, they experience short-term happiness, and they set another goal, and so on and so on. And we call those people, in the book, goal junkies, yeah, because they are really addicted to reaching bigger and bigger goals. Maybe you know those people. Yeah, they are buying bigger cars. They are focusing on reaching higher and higher, like corporate hierarchy level, and so on and so on. So orientation only on goals can backfire in two things. You are not happy before you have a goal, and if you have it, it's very short term. But there is a solution, and the solution is the third kind of motivation. We call it intrinsic motivation by path. Maybe you know the old saying, like the path is the destination, and it really is It's really, this path is very important to focus on, and recent studies shows that focusing on path leads to a higher level of happiness, higher level of productivity, less stress, and so on. So I'm gonna explain you this kind of motivation in detail. If you set personal vision is not this, the group of goals. The personal vision describes what to focus on in the present moment. So if in my vision is to help people fight procrastination, I can do it today and I can do it in 10 years. So it's a difference between orientation to path and the orientation towards the goals. And if you fulfill the vision, you feel happy in the present moment. We call it the happiness now. And psychology call this the state of flow. You are doing something, time stops for you, and you really enjoy what you do. And this kind of state of flow has two ingredients. One is to see purpose in what you do, and the second is to increase your skills, like the mastery. You are improving while you are doing the thing. So this is the exact opposite of procrastination. So the flow state is exact opposite of procrastination. So better the personal vision is, more skilled you are, more positive emotions you have, and more often you are in the state of flow. Yes, time stops for you, and you are much more productive. And you are less depressed, and you have higher level of serotonin and dopamine, you are more creative, and so on and so on. So this is the key. This is the key to happiness. So, and science shows us there is a huge meta-analysis again, and people, they usually think that our happiness works like this, yeah? First results, then happiness. That's the mindset of people that are focusing on goals. Yeah? They think that if I buy that car, I'm gonna be happy. If I reach that something, I'm gonna be happy. No, it's exactly opposite way. If you are happy in the present moment, if you are in a state of flow, you get more results. So this is like life-changing idea. It's very simple, but if you understand it, it can really change your everyday mood and everyday productivity. And it was nicely said by one guy who won a Nobel Prize in the year 1952 by Albert Schweitzer. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. So, simple sentence again, but it's really like mindset. It can really change your mindset. Mindset changing. So, and there is last ingredient. The first was value of time. The second was intrinsic motivation by path, rather than focusing on goals. And the last ingredient of happy and fulfilled life is meaning. And that guy saved 650 Jewish people before Second World War, Mr. Sir Nicholas Winton, and he lived up to his 106 years. And I have him like example of what we called Ego 2.0. I'm gonna explain you now. There are two things we do in our lives. The first is Ego 1.0. Those are actions that we do for ourselves. They are like selfish acts. If I eat something, I do it for myself. If I sleep, I do it for myself. If I do sports, I do it for myself. But that's not everything. After Ego 1.0, there is Ego 2.0. That's what Mr. Winton did. Ego 2.0 are actions we do not for ourselves, but we do for the others. So Ego 2.0 are, let's say, selfless acts. We help stranger. We do something that's beyond us. And we have a circuits in our brain, so are here, that are activated if we do something for the others. And we feel stronger positive emotions when we are performing Ego 2.0 than if we do Ego 1.0. So the key to happiness is not to be selfish. And we have a lot of research now these days that Ego 2.0 is key to longevity. We have a lot of big studies on longevity, and it shows us that humble people, they live longer. Isn't it cool that evolution works good in that? And selfish people, they have higher chance of cardiovascular diseases, stroke, and so on. So that's cool. So be more Ego 2.0.